viewers, I welcome you all to the series of episodes on tourism product. Tourism products are the core of tourism industry. Everything in the travel business revolves around tourism products. They determine great economic, social, cultural and environmental transactions between societies. In today's episode, we will get to learn about the concept of tourism product, its complexity, differentiating it with goods, components and characteristics under the title Understanding Tourism Product. For your convenience, this episode is split into 5 segments. They are definition of concepts of tourism product, complexity of tourism product, differentiating tourism products with manufactured goods, components of tourism product, characteristics of tourism product. Let us start with definition of concept of tourism product. To begin with, let's try to define what a product is. A product as defined by Philip Kotler is more than physical. A product is anything that can be offered to a market for attention, acquisition or use, or something that can satisfy a need or want. Therefore, a product can be a physical good, a service, a retail store, a person, an organization, a place or even an idea. Products are the means to an end wherein the end is the satisfaction of customer needs or wants. Look at the 3 vital components distinguished by Kotler in defining a product. Need, a lack of a basic requirement. Want, a specific requirement for products or services to match a need. Demand, a set of wants plus the desire and ability to pay for the exchange. Each product satisfies a need of its consumers through its intended benefits it incorporates. What motivates the customer to choose a product is their perceived value of it. The degree to which the actual value of a product matches the perceived value at the time of its purchase is satisfaction. A buyer or the customer can only be satisfied if the actual value is either the same or exceeds the perceived value of the product. If we go by this definition, which explains the concept beyond the physical elements, tourism is also a product. Tourism product is a well-knit combination of both tangible and intangible elements. While a product in general is a need satisfier, a tourism product in specific is a tourist need satisfier. These tourist needs can be grouped into 2 categories, such as primary tourist needs and secondary tourist needs. Primary tourist needs are such needs which motivate or urge consumers to make a trip to satisfy them. For example, a person wanting to see and participate in the Rio Carnival is a primary need. Secondary needs of consumers are derived out of their trip to Rio Carnival. For example, a hotel for accommodation or an airline for traveling which arise out of their primary need. Tourism product as defined by Medlick and Middleton is a bundle of activities, services and benefits that constitute the entire tourism experience. This bundle consists of the components such as destination attractions, destination facilities, accessibility, images and price. According to Dimitris, tourist products can be determined on the 2 different ways. The total tourist product comprises a combination of all the elements which a tourist consumes during his or her trip. The specific products are components of the total tourist product and can be sold as individual offerings such as accommodation, transport, attractions and other facilities for tourists. The total tourist products can be understood as bundles of tangible and intangible components based on an activity at a destination. It is the consumption of such a bundle that allows engaging in specific activities at the destination and that creates the travel experience of each individual. Thus, the tourist product can be equated with a total travel experience. Something that can be offered to tourists all through their travel from origin to destination and the return journey is called as a tourism product. Those products which can satisfy the leisure, pleasure, religious or business needs at place other than the usual place of residence are known as tourism products. Tourism products draw attention of the tourist to choose a destination. As all other products in the market, tourism products also generate revenues for the destinations. Smith simplifies the definition even further and states that a tourism product consists of 5 elements in a series of concentric circles. The core is tangible and more controllable by management, but the outward progression marks more intangible elements and greater consumer participation. It is evident from the above discussion that tourism products synergize a number of elements to generate its requisite value. These elements can be listed as follows. The service. These are specific tasks needed to meet the needs of tourists. For example, an airline needs a booking and ticketing mechanism, a fleet of aircraft, trained personnel, engineering team, food and beverage suppliers to deliver the overall service of flying experience. The physical plan. The main attraction of the tourism product is produced around this plan, which is the core of the tourism product. It may be natural physical plan such as a beach, a hill or a river, cultural themes such as a dance form, music, festival or facilities such as a hotel, a theme park, a convention center or luxury train. Hospitality. The tourists or consumers expect that something extra or the enhanced service. Hospitality augments the tourism products and fills in the gap that the manufactured products may have by providing that extra element with the tourism products. Involvement. Consumers also have some degree of involvement in the delivery of tourism services. In fact, tourism industry involves stakeholders' participation, especially consumers. Freedom of choice. Tourism industry provides good range of tourism products where the tourists have freedom of choice. They can opt the one best meets their needs and necessity, similar to the freedom of choice for manufactured goods and other services. Moving on to the complexity of tourism product. The complexity of tourism product is intricate to its business. Tourism product is perceived differently by different participants directly or indirectly in the process of production, sales and consumption. What a particular tourism product means to seller is different from buyers and the community. The sellers may consider it as an offer in terms of its features. For example, a tour package for a seller means size of a group, duration of tour, route, points of departure, transit and arrival, type of hotel and room, meal plans, escorts and guides, type of car, insurance, type and class of travel. Unlike the sellers, buyers have a different perspective of a tour package as a tourism product offered to them. Their interest is more in its benefits to them. They look out for in a tour package every service and benefits from departure to transit and to arrival. A package duration for them means number of days away from home, journey is what they get to see and enjoy, accommodation is comfortable stay, meals mean number, cost, type and class of travel means faster, comfortable journey at feasible cost. The case of the community or the residents as the destination or the society overall is also different altogether. For them, package tours or any tourism product means exploitation of their resources, pollution, congestion, disturbance, interference, and hope for some development at times and so on. Each one's interest is different and may not match. But it is necessary to address this complexity in order to bring in some level of synergy and balance so that tourism products benefit all of them. Next is differentiating tourism products with manufactured goods. Tourism products are, as discussed earlier, a bundle of tangible and intangible elements, whereas manufactured goods are wholly tangible in nature. It becomes challenging at times to package the tourism products unlike the manufactured goods. Following are some of the differences between tourism products and manufactured goods. Some tourism products are naturally available. Example, joke falls, and can be consumed in their natural status, while some human made such as museum. Others are in symbiotic nature such as a zoo. There are others such as Bharatanatyam or Carnatic music. Whereas in case of manufactured goods, manufactured products are raw materials such as gold, copper, diamond and sugarcane are used to convert into finished goods which can be consumed. For tourism products, communities must be involved from planning stage to until the consumption stage. There is an active presence of the stakeholders. In manufactured products, community participation is limited. Example, it may be involved during land acquisition wherever raw materials are found. For tourism products, there is intense participation required from all the stakeholders for sustainable development. For manufactured products, intense participation not necessarily required. An individual can run the show. For tourism products, not easily moved from one place to another. For manufactured products, sampling can be done anywhere, easy to diversify or modify. Example, changes to flavors of ice cream or colors can be easily done. Moving on to the components of tourism product. Tourism products, being complex in nature, consists of numerous components. These components come in various forms. They are integral products that can be sold independently in the market, such as hotel accommodation, air transport, admission to visitor attractions, etc. Free or public goods, such as the climate and the scenery, that can be used or consumed by tourists free of charge. Complementary services that cannot be sold independently in the market, such as the services provided by a tourist information office or by a tour leader. Thus, it can be said that components of the tourist product are those integral products, free and public goods and complementary services which deliver a specific functional role in the framework of the total product and that are part of the product because of their functional characteristics. Therefore, components are inseparable of a tourism product in enabling it to deliver needed benefits to the tourists. Tourism products can be explained through the following components. First one, environment. It is the raw material of tourism that gives a tourist destination its particular appeal. It has natural, cultural and social elements attached to it to create an environment of supply. Environment begins at the departure, continues along the journey and destination and ends at the point of return journey. There are a number of factors from within and outside which affects this environment. Activities. These are based on and derived from the environment. Activities either add value to the major products at the destination or in themselves act as the core products of a tourist destination. For example, trekking, rafting, mountaineering, sightseeing, fishing, horse riding and so on. At a place like Dubai, skyscrapers, shopping malls and leisure are the core products, where as a desert safari is an activity derived out of the core products and adds value to the overall experience of the tourists. Accommodation. A tourist must have a place to rest, sleep and eat. Accommodation is an important component of tourism product as a tour package which involves major part of tourist costs. There is an array of accommodation facilities offering from homestays to 7-star deluxe hotels. Quality accommodation is in much demand as the travel industry is becoming more organized. After visit to different places at a destination, a tourist would obviously expect to have a comfortable place to stay and relax. Transport. Transport is another major part of the tourism product as a whole and also major part of the expenditure of tourists is spent on it. It not only brings the tourist from their place of residence but also enables them to move around a destination. Destination tourism products are accessed easily, quickly and comfortably with the advanced transport facilities in place. Modern day means of transport such as jet planes, bullet trains, cruise ships, fast track cab services have completely revolutionized the way tourist travels. Services. There are various services that support tourism and enhance the value of tourism products and travel experience. These services can be information, bookings, health, customs, security, guide services, translators, travel advisors, insurance, etc. Infrastructure. Tourism cannot work without proper infrastructure to support roads, airports, telephones, health centers, parks and other public utilities. Most countries with diversified tourism products still are not able to attract tourists due to poor infrastructure. These facilities and amenities, whether built for residents or for the tourist, will ultimately add to positive image of the destinations. Infrastructure binds transport to support tourism products. Moving on to characteristics of tourism products. Tourism products are determined by a number of characteristics. The characteristics are of great relevance to the way they are managed. Although these characteristics are common to all services, some of them are unique to tourism products. Intangibility. Services can not only usually be seen, touched, smelt, tasted. This nature of intangibility of tourism products makes it harder to buy but easier to deal. The fact that tourism products are not physical objects makes it difficult to overcome the characteristics of intangibility while promoting and selling. This constraint is often dealt by attaching certain tangible features. For example, stay in a hotel room being the service is intangible in nature, but the design, comfortable bed, mattresses, decorative items, television, etc. as tangible features support in enhancing the intangible hotel stay enhanced. Tangible offerings in the form of brochures, video, etc. are supplied by tour operators to the tourists to make sense of the invisible experiences. Perishability. Production and consumption of services happen simultaneously. This means if the products offered not consumed at the time of production cannot be stored for the next day and result in loss to the producers. This is the perishable characteristic of all services. Since inventory of tourism services cannot be made, alternative strategies need to apply to address this issue. For example, if an airline is not able to get booking for all the seats and suppose 20 of the seats go vacant on a scheduled flight, these unused seats cannot be stored for the next day. They get perished for that moment and cannot be retrieved. Absence of ownership. Unlike manufactured products, tourism products cannot be owned or purchased. A tourist having bought an entry ticket to see an attraction such as a fort or booked her stay at a resort does not in any way make her owner of these tourism products. These can only be experienced at that moment but cannot be purchased. Since the ownership of tourism products lies with the suppliers and not transferred to the consumers. These can only be enjoyed and memories carried home. Heterogeneous. The tourism product experiences or delivery of these services vary in standard and quality over time. For example, performance of musician at concert organized at a tourist destination on a particular day may vary if the same is again performed on a different day. This may happen due to several factors in the external internal environment. Visit to a hill station on a summer day would certainly vary with a visit to the same place during a winter day. Though the product is same, it is still heterogeneous in nature. Fixed or immovable supply. In the case of most of tourism products, they cannot be moved to the consumer's doorstep as it happens in the case of goods. To experience or consume these products, consumers must go to the place wherever they are available. The sheer joy playing in the snow is only possible if a consumer goes to a hill station, that too during a particular season of snowfall. To experience the grandeur of Pyramid of Giza, one must physically go there, and to appreciate the beauty of Alps, one must travel to Alps. Psychological. It is more of acquiring the experiences, going through a moment of joy, feeling great at heart, peace in mind, and taking home the memories. In fact, the service providers sell the beauty of Taj Mahal, not the Taj itself, and try to satisfy the consumer's psychological need. Composite in nature. Since it is a bundle out product, no single stakeholder is in a position to assure overall experience. All through the consumer's journey, there is a number of stakeholders involved in delivering their part to the total product experience. This substantiates the complex nature of tourism products. For example, when a tourist buys a package tour, there are several people who contribute, such as travel consultants, travel agents, cab service providers, tourist guides, tourist police, the attraction and local community. each one these has something to add to the total experience. Unstable demand. Demand for these products is not only determined by their ability to draw attention and capability of the same to be delivered by the service provider, but several other external and internal forces in the market environment. Sometimes a peak season at a particular tourist season may be affected by a sudden natural calamity. In such case, there is temporarily a negative impact on the demand for the products. Risky. This comes with a certain amount of risk as purchase is done before the consumption. You are not sure of the quality of return on your money spent until you experience it. Marketable. Tourism products require promotion and marketing of both destination marketing and service marketing. Both must go together in order to increase the demand. So students, thank you for watching this episode. We will meet in the future episode. Till then, take care. Thank you.